This is an adapted book. This is really useful for students who have low motor skills. You can see here on this book that there's some paper clips. I have a lot of them that are really close together, and then a few of them that are more spread apart. So depending on the student and depending on what level of motor skills that they have, sometimes having the paper clips close together um, is okay. They can still easily grab just one at a time, but it helps them to turn the pages. It's easier than grabbing just a single page and turning it. You can spread them out for students who have a harder time with just grabbing one thing. If they're too close together, they're going to turn too many pages at once. So you can spread them out, and that way it's a lot easier for them to grab the pages. There's lots of ways that you could adapt a book for a student with low motor skills. You could put clothespins on the pages. You can cut up sponges and glue them to the back of the page. You can use sticky notes. And like I said, it all kind of depends on the skill of the student who's using the book. For a book that's as big as this one, um, it's hard. You would have to maybe move the paper clips down as they got through further and further through the book. For right now, there's just paper clips through about the first chapter. So you could do that if you're reading this together as a class and you're just going through the first chapter at first. You could have this prepared for that student for every single page in that chapter. They're a little bit harder to do on bigger books like this. Usually they'd be on smaller books. There's also an option to do a scanned book onto a PowerPoint where a student has a Jelly Bean button where they can press it and it'll turn the page on the screen for them. So there's lots of different options and different ways that you can adapt books for students who have low motor skills. It's a really good resource. It's a really good way to get them to read books. And even if they maybe can't read, they can still be participating by turning the pages and having a peer tutor or a paraeducator reading to them. It's just a good way to get your students involved in what you're doing in class.